That past weekend, what an auto racing weekend that was. Monaco F1 becomes a name-calling protest fest about Mercedes winning and Pirelli tire testing with them. NASCAR has a race where Fox TV drops the camera cables on the track in the middle of the action and on the fans. And the Indy 500, the much-maligned IndyCar series, takes the weekend with the best race, the best action, and a very, very popular winner, Tony Kanaan. So the media blitz begins, and when the Indy winner visits New York City, we get a call. So come back, because it's time that we talk to TK. Tony Kanaan, first of all, I have to congratulate you, obviously for the 500, but naming your kid Leo. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, it was, I definitely thought of you. I'm kidding, but no, thank you very much.
What was the first thing he said to you?
He, when I called him to, to hear his voice, he says, "Where's my trophy?" That was his first thing out of his mouth.
Now, we've heard a lot of stories about luck, the good luck charm, and Andrea. What's your definition of luck, though? How much did that play in your mind in this?
I think luck is a big factor in anything in life. Obviously, I believe you create your own luck, but it's definitely a factor.
You've called the Indy 500 a female woman, so here comes the bad part. I think Indy's kind of like been a bitch to you. I mean, you guys have flirted around, you banged on each other a little bit, back and forth, but now, was that makeup sex or a start of a relationship?
It's a start of a relationship, for sure, yeah. We never had time to make up because I don't think we never had a relationship. It was a love and hate. Now it's all good. It's a honeymoon.
Speaking of fraternity, I mean, you've got your friendships all over IndyCar, the Darios and Elio, and even Dan, and we'll talk about that at the end, but you kind of pulled the team together. Matter of fact, over lunch, you mentioned pulling the band back together. Eric, Jeff, tell me about what you've done here to make this work.
Well, obviously, when I left Andretti, I was out of ride, and instead to go chase for another team, I said, you know what, why don't we build a team? Obviously, it's not my team, but with Jimmy, which is a good friend of mine, we had a chance and opportunity to get back together, and then over the years I just start to hire the old band back, and we have everybody back there.
Now here's how bad racing is for the Kevin Bacon connections. I'm currently doing work with Harrison Bricks, Harry Bricks' son.
Okay.
Eric, I believe, came from IMSA to man your Indy Lights program in '96 and '97, and now you're back together. Vasser, we all know. Jeff came with you through that whole program. These connections, how much have you been proactive in terms of making this team work?
Well, 100%. That's like that's my daily job. You know, out of the car, which before I didn't have to worry about those things. Now I gotta, talk to Jimmy every day. We talk to Eric and the team manager, and we make decisions together. So it's a different role, but I'm enjoying it.
I understand that this car was set aside for Indy. This was very special. Besides that, without breaching confidence, what did you do to prep this car to make it work in Indy?
I kissed him every day I was in the shop. So that's all I can tell you.
When did you know over the Indy weeks that we're in a good place?
I think on Sunday after qualifying, actually on bump day, I found the setup. And from then on, I knew I had a chance, a slightly chance to win the race. So I knew it was going to be good.
Now, Latin, I can ask the emotional question, but I sense you think in the car. So we're in the yellow flag. We got 3 laps to go. Did you start to plan out the mental math of the slipstreaming and where you wanted to be? I mean, how did that work in your head?
Yeah, obviously I did, but I also said, you know what, I probably need to be in the lead here because if Aiello comes out, I know I was going to be exposed if it was going to be a restart, but with 3 laps to go, there is no way it's going to be restarted because by our rules, you got to, go one time by, and one time by then green flag. So I said I want to lead because if Aiello comes out, I win. So it worked.
I got to ask the question. When I asked it of Dario last year, when did Dan pop into your head during the 500 or after or whatever?
When I crossed our finish line, I was pointing up to the skies and obviously thanking my dad that passed. But I thought of then there. I thought of then when I drink the milk and I pour over my head, and those are the 2 big moments that he was with me for sure.
Going to ask you a vision question about IndyCar. With all the tattoos, what does IndyCar have to do to get young people? I know they love you already, but what does IndyCar, the series, have to do to get more young kids to really follow the sport versus extreme sports?
Well, I think we're on the verge, but honestly, we have plenty of personality. So I would say we need to keep doing what we're doing, and I think we need to improve our TV package. That it's been the little weakness that we're trying to make it better. But everybody's working together to make this better. The two networks are putting a lot of effort into it. So hopefully, by doing that, and my pranks and jokes will attract the kids, because I'm a little kid myself.
Now, I feel like there are two Tony Kanaans. I mean, I know you're a fan favorite and good with the fans. When I've been at the race, I've watched you blow by me, head down and focused. So you're either blowing me off, or there's Focus Tony, the racing, and the fan. Talk to me a little bit about it.
No, at the track, you're too short, man. I can't see you sometimes. So, I'm short, but I found someone shorter than me. This is the shortest interview I've done this entire media tour. But I'm kidding, Leo. It's sometimes when you're in the racetrack and you're moving from the pits to the truck or vice versa, you're in a mission because you're running out of time. You're there working. So obviously sometimes people don't understand that, but I try to stop to my fans or talk to you guys. But when you're in a mission there, you got to focus. It's like you go to the office every day and people keep walking in and out of your office and you're trying to accomplish something. It's sometimes it's hard.
And I guess the element of that question I want to focus on is it's not just driving by your gut. I mean, there's a lot of thought process and prep and racing these damn cars.
Well, I mean, the driving the car is the easiest part. The meetings and the engineer meetings and the decisions that we need to make, it's what makes it extremely hard. So, it is people think that you come for the race weekend and you only think about the race that day. And that's not true. There is a preparation behind it that, it takes a lot of effort.
Okay, last question. Tell me if there's an element of the story. When you came to test for Indy Lights, you're not American, English, not your language.
I didn't even speak English.
But Rubens Barrichello gave you a cheat sheet or something?
Yeah, it was one like this one, like that. And I kind of just said, man, you got to tell me, like, how do I say I'm hungry? And put this translation on the side. I need the restroom. And then give me a couple like understeer, oversteer, and he put that in, and that's how I came. I knew how to say hello, I'm hungry, thank you, I need the restroom, and push and lose. That's all I need.
So you raced for Steve Horn.
Legend.
Raced the LCI car and kart. Frankly, Kevin Bacon connection, he helped me when we were doing the MCI deal with Toyota, which gets me to Max and Alex being your like Goodfellas guys there. And then Eric with Bricks, it's a small fraternity, is it not?
No, it is. I mean, and racing is a small world, you know that. You've been around for a long time. I mean, you didn't grow up since I met you in '96, but I did. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's amazing how racing keeps people around. And, we have a bunch of people that have been racing for a long, long time. And it's awesome because at least it feels like a good family.
Well, it keeps the ones around that perform and win, so good job on that.
Thank you very much.
All right, ciao.